all the way to San Francisco. They need 2 to 3 people to operate this. Then they also need about 2 drones in case one of them breaks. That's the salaries of 2 to 3 people, logistical costs. Flying the actual drone does not take that long. It takes like 15 to 20 minutes maybe because their batteries are not doing so good. And then driving back. And after all this time and money, they still need to analyze the data and drive insights from that. So what if you just take that all out? It's very wasteful. I forgot to say this word. So our solution is that you can call our API. We have physical drones that we will fly to that location. We run our software. You also write code on top of it. And you get your flight data. And that's it. You just repeat. So if you're a drone company that wants to specialize in farming or wildlife or asset management or construction, all you need to do is call our drones to be there and you get your insights. You don't need to buy, operate, repair your own drones. And in doing so, you can save so much money, you can scale so much faster, and make more money. So essentially our vision is that you never have to touch a drone. Okay, so the part about where it's like AWS for drones, it's like where you don't have to see a server or touch it. You can just build on top of it. So for us, we're a B2B to B company. So a lot of drone startups can start without needing a lot of upfront costs, a lot of funding, to start expanding into their vertical. They don't need to buy like 10 drones. They can just write code, call us, just launch with like very little funding, and see if a problem actually exists and if there's people willing to pay for it. So that's my lovely co-founder. Fun fact, earlier that day, we were kicked out of a ranch because we weren't allowed to fly there. We may or may not have been allowed to fly there also. So if you recognize this place, we were not exactly there. We were doing something very, very, very not needing permission. And so that's the prototype of our current drone. We're currently writing the API to be called, and we're just testing and making sure that it works. So the actual drone we have is like very, very large and touchable grade and much more expensive. So this is what the inside of it looks like, if you're curious. That's my fingernail. And if you can tell this thing, like that little black and white square, that's our LTE modem so that we can receive and transmit information. So milestones. In May, we began experimenting with ideas. In June, market research and understanding where what opportunities there were. In July, we flew our first prototype drone. And no, it was super exciting. It was super exciting. It was so exciting to see it fly. We were like throwing because we don't have like what's it called, Alex?
A bungee, like an elastic.
Yeah, we don't have that. So we were just like throwing the drone and it has a propeller in the back, and I was like, I don't want to cut my hand or hold gloves. And so hopefully in September, our API will be complete in August, and then in September, we would like to have an angel to fund our first industrial grade drone, and then in October, our first paid pilot. Paid pilot, yeah. I should have like changed that for, okay. But, okay, so how Violet helped me. This picture was taken on the BART with my suitcases, me and my roommate, one day before the first Violet meeting on Monday. And I came to Violet's second day of San Francisco. I didn't know anyone here. I didn't go to college. I just like skipped that step. So like I didn't even drop out. So just skip that step. So I didn't know anyone here. I had no alumni groups. And being in Violet just introduced me to this social community where I had instant people to rely on. And I also remember that when I was looking for an internship, I was really nervous and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how to interview, and my credentials are all like in public policy or whatnot. And I was really lucky to have the support of everyone in Violet when I was going through my process of interviewing for this small VC firm accelerator called Acela Prize, focusing on pre-seed B2B SaaS, which is exactly what I wanted because it's very directly applicable to Upway. And I remember everyone cheering for me when I got it, and everyone was so happy, and I was so happy, and it just like not double the joy, but 10x the joy. And then this is a photo of brunch. This is a photo of brunch with people that I met through Violet and my roommate, which is something it just would have never happened. I wouldn't be friends with people if I didn't go through Violet. And that is a chocolate that Shreya brought for our practice on Monday for pitching. And it was just like a really lovely conclusion. Just everyone's just so thoughtful. Like Shreya brought chocolate and cupcakes, and it was totally unnecessary, but she did it. It was just such a nice, feminine, wonderful, friendly, community-based touch. Okay, so thank you everyone. You can sign up for our newsletter at upway.us, and we need angel investors excited about it. We really don't have money, guys. So, if you know anyone, I'm being, please, they're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna look good. We're gonna make you look smart. We'll give you a cut, but we really need angel investors excited about drones or any sort of robotics or just a meeting with them, just so we can also flesh out our ideas some more and our MVP. So you can contact me at liz@upway.us. I'm also on Twitter. It's not here. I am Lizendary. On LinkedIn and Facebook, it's just Lizendary. So I'm in Instagram. I don't use that, so don't try that. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Hey everyone, I know I'm the last one. Please bear with me for 5 minutes. Can you? Hi everyone, my name is Vidhi, and that is a picture from a frustrated point of view. Imagine you're at your job and you're irritated and you just want to shut that desktop or you just want to throw the books. Somehow, Meraki is where I work at. I'm a wireless QA engineer at Meraki. Let me just say that before that. It gave me the experience of actually throwing books in a video and uploading it online, which was amazing somehow. And I'm also a founder at Mental Health SPW. And this is something that people don't usually put in their bio, but I kind of wear it proudly as a tag, that I've lived and fought mental health conditions like depression and anxiety. I know we don't like to talk about it, but I think I'm going to put it there because I'm proud about it at this point. Woo! And following to that, I'm also a pranic healer, which is all about energy healing. So if you want to talk about that. Yeah. So this is my journey, how my heartbeat in mental health started in 2017. While I was a graduate student, I moved from India to CU Boulder out here in the United States. And everyone around me was going through a lot of crazy phases being a student, and I formed a peer support group at my university because people didn't talk about mental health. It was weird. Everyone was going through it, but no one was talking about it. And I was like, why? So I just formed a peer support group at my university, which helped all of us go through it and actually graduate, and which was amazing. I finally got a job here at Cisco Meraki, and I moved here. And in mid of 2018, when I got a hold of all these conditions, I looked at the Forbes 30 under 30 website, and I actually didn't find anything about mental health, and I was very surprised. I was like, what is happening? Why is there nothing out there? So I just applied for the fellowship program, and I got selected as a fellow, which was amazing because I got to meet a lot of incredible people out there. And that's how my journey began in this founder space. Specifically, and fast forwarding on to 2019, I joined the Violet Society and met these incredible women out here. And I got selected as the board of directors for Mental Health Association SF, which is a non-profit that takes care of the community in SF specifically. If you have some mental health conditions, you just want to reach out, they have online chat or they have call services, so please do, it's all free. Just get onto it if you need it. And after that, I also was an innovation leader for all the startups going on at the APA, which is like the largest psychiatry conference in the world, which was amazing because I'm an engineer. I don't understand jack shit about psychology. And there were a lot of people, they were all psychiatrists. So that was amazing. The perspective that they brought onto the page was completely different from what I thought from the tech space. So it was incredible. And moving on, I got into the mental health FTW, which I'm looking at right now, and I'm also looking at a university student platform. So to say in all, I think it's kind of like a feedback loop. If you're an engineer, you'll understand how the feedback thing works. So basically, from where it started, I think that's where I'm going all the way back. So let's go through some stats. 1 in 4 young adults between the age of 18 to 24 have a diagnosable mental illness. And diagnosable in the sense why I do that is because they say 80% of mental health conditions can't even be diagnosed. So you don't even know if it's like 2 in 4 people at this point. And if you actually Google 1 in 4, you'll find this exact statistic comes up. Like all you have to do is 1 in 4. And this exact statistic comes up, and the weird fact is nobody is doing anything about it. There's no real solution, which kind of shocks me and gets to me. And 70% of lifetime cases of mental health conditions actually begin by the age of 24. So if we were to do something, we need to prevent it and do something before the age of 24 so that we can avoid a lifetime case of someone going through this condition at all. And let's go to the next question. What do you think is the biggest impediment to student academic performance? It's not actually like factors of where they live, who their professors are, what the education is, what money the university has, or internships or anything at all. It's actually anxiety and depression. Can you believe that is like the biggest condition that avoids people from continuing education at all at this point? It's very surprising to me. So I started with this journey of mental health FTW. Which is on the left-hand side. I made it like an Instagram learning hub because if you actually Google through hashtags of depression and anxiety, they kind of promote, there are a lot of posts that actually promote like self-harm and suicide. Why does one want to promote that? And it actually triggers people to do that. So I wanted to correct that and all. And I started this Instagram hub where I posted realistic things, and people got back to me saying that they actually felt hopeful. And they felt like there was a sense of belonging in there, which they didn't believe they had at all. And moving on, I started with, okay, sorry, request access, never mind. I had a landing page in there, I don't know. So anyways, I made a landing page, which is like a university student platform. I'm looking into students and what's going on in there. I'm trying to do user research. I'm talking to students every day as much as I can to understand what their difficulties are. I don't want to build something which does not support them. Because they're grad students, you don't have money, you will do anything for free pizza, so I'm trying to figure out what can help in that equation, because I was in that space altogether, so yeah, that's what I launched with now, and how Violet changed my life. All these ideas and all this execution happened while I was at Violet. I think I made a number of connections, over 100 plus, because of all the events, thankfully, that we had and other ones that I attended. I just put a number there of 100 plus. And I think I also spread hope through everything that I uploaded and things that I'm doing, because a lot of people that I didn't expect through my grad school or anything have reached out to me and been like, hey, you know what, I have struggled through this, I've never been able to talk about it to anyone, but I think I can finally open up because I see you doing something about it. So I feel like my feelings are valid. And when someone says that to me, it feels real. I feel like, okay, they kind of have some hope, they're not going to do something wrong. That makes me happy. And my personal gains from this, so someone coming from all these conditions and all the anxiety, even while I was sitting out there, I was like, shit, I need to go up and I need to talk. How am I going to do it? But I think I have a lot of confidence with all the women that I met here, all the sense of belonging that I got. Thank you to everyone, especially Shreya, for everything that I gained from here. So yeah, Violet is amazing. Please apply. And future work. So I'm looking at mental health in the university space specifically. I have ongoing user research. I want to bring a sustainable product. I don't want to bring out an app which people don't use, or I don't want to bring out a community which people don't feel belong to. So I'm trying to figure that out. And I also want to continue with the social media platform because I don't want someone to search #depression and it to tell you that, okay, you need to just cut yourself or something. I want to make that corrective. So yeah, that's an all. So I would love to hear from you anything about mental health or wellness or anything you want to talk about. If you feel that the mission resonates with you, just get on to Mental Health FTW or talk to me after this. Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause for this amazing group. I wanted to highlight some additional members who couldn't make it here tonight, but were part of this awesome cohort, so we can cheer them on. This is Jenny. She is a PM at Workday, and she worked on an accessibility project over the summer. She also helped us with, she's on the Violet Hacks team, and she went to our retreat, Camp Violet, so triple Violet. This is Shen. She actually got us the space of GitHub for the hackathon, so it wouldn't happen without her. She works at GitHub full-time right now, and on the side, she tried out a few different ideas between fintech, the elder care space, and finally decided on Glam Squad for eyelash extensions, which she might be working on with Samantha, so Violet connections. And then this is Sonia, who is going to be joining Accenture soon and worked on FitFair, an app that uses wearables to reward users for hitting health and fitness metrics. She actually got to present at the PM cohort because she is on a plane to Europe right now to teach at a summer camp. So I'd love to kind of like bring it down a notch and tell you all about the future of Violet and why I started it to begin with. So reiterating again who we are. The Violet Society is a peer mentorship community for wildly ambitious female and non-binary people in technology. And I want to explain all of these three parts that I highlighted separately a little bit more deeply. So why peer mentorship? I didn't actually start this last year. When I tell people I started last year, that's when I launched it in this fellowship format. I really started in 2013 when I was an undergraduate in college and I felt completely alone. I told people that I wanted to like take over the world, and I was like, that's a cool thing to say, right? And people would kind of look at me like, that's a delusional thing to say. I was like, oh, okay, cool, not my people. So, as I looked to different friends and I started trying to go, I was at Tufts, and so I was outside of Boston. I went into downtown Boston to networking events. I interned in New York City a few times, and I started meeting people in the tech community who were startup founders, and I was like, oh my god, this is the thing. These are the people. They're people who can't decide between programming and design and business, so they do all of it. They like want to work 16 hours a day and just be really excited about life. When I found these people, I talked to more people younger than me or who were trying to figure out what they would do in life, and realized that they just needed peers around them who were looking for those same things. The same thing that I had needed in 2013, I realized that I could bring that to others by creating a space for them that they didn't otherwise get through these networking events where you would like say hi to someone for half an hour and then maybe see them 9 months later and say hi again, say, oh, how have you been? And you didn't get that deep connection. So wildly ambitious, that's really that, delusional take over the world thing. And female and non-binary people. Why do I care about serving female and non-binary people? I really think that in the technology industry, we all already know, like Kira mentioned at the beginning, that women and non-binary people are underrepresented in startup founders. There's a lot of white Asian dudes, and we love you white Asian dudes. Like, that's cool. Like, shout out to my boyfriend, he's one of them. There's a lot of them. But we really want that group of founders to reflect all of the people in the world. All of the people who are using these products should also be the people building these products. So what is our mission? How do we solve this? We created the Violet Society to give talented people the resources and support they need to raise the ceiling on their ambitions. Like I said in the beginning, I really want people to come into this and say like, okay, these people are cool, I learned stuff, I like being part of this, but I really want them to walk away with is, I realize that I can do more than I thought that I could do. I can create something bigger, I can create something more meaningful, more impactful. I really want people to say, I previously thought I could do this, but now I think I can do this. So I'd love to tell you all about how you can get involved, now that you're really excited about everything we're doing. So in the fall, we're going to run 3 fellowships. We're going to bring back the Startup Founder Fellowship. We're going to do the Product Manager Fellowship for a second time. This summer was the first one. And then we're doing a Software Engineer Fellowship. So to kind of clarify like the difference between these, basically we're serving these different audiences to help these people raise the ceiling on their ambitions within those domains. And so for startup founders, it's launching this product. For PMs and engineers, it's taking their career to the next level, maybe getting